This story happened not so long ago, about 2 years ago. It was an ordinary, cloudy Saturday day. The sky was covered with grey clouds, the sun hardly broke through them, and the air seemed heavy and quiet, as if something was waiting for something bad. I was at home, not doing anything special, just sitting with my phone, when suddenly a message from my friend Dan appeared on the screen. He wrote, "Hello, do you want to spend the night at my place?" I agreed without hesitation. Dan was a close friend of mine, and I didn't see anything strange about his offer. I immediately asked when I could come, and he answered briefly, "You can come now." I decided not to waste time. I quickly packed my things. I threw my phone, charger, toothbrush and a few small things in my backpack. It wasn't very cold outside, so I went without a jacket, only in a simple sweater. The road was surprisingly beautiful. The lanterns dimly illuminated the street, the asphalt shone a little, and there was silence around. The atmosphere seemed cozy, but at the same time a little disturbing, as if something was hiding between the shadows. When I was already approaching Don's house, I felt a slight excitement for the first time. In front of me stood a tall, old 2-story house. It looked gloomy, dark windows, peeling walls, massive doors. The house was clearly not new, but at the time it did not particularly alarm me. Although, as I later realized, it was at that moment that it was worth thinking. Before going inside, I greeted Dan, but I immediately noticed something strange. His smile was unnatural, too wide, almost to the very ears. She looked scary. I've never seen him smile like this before. I asked, "Why are you smiling so strangely?" He replied calmly, "I've always had a smile like that." His voice was normal, but it made me even more creepy. I entered the house and immediately saw a long dark corridor. There was almost no light, only dim lighting somewhere far away. The walls were covered with small scratches, as if someone repeatedly ran something sharp over them. I felt uncomfortable, but I tried not to show fear. I laid out my things, sat down on the couch, and we started playing, first on the PlayStation, then on the phones. Time passed unnoticed. We played for a long time, trying to distract ourselves, laughing, but the tension did not disappear anywhere. Suddenly, there was a feeling that someone was watching us. I noticed a dark, almost motionless silhouette in the depths of the house, and in an instant, a strange sound sounded from the kitchen, as if someone slowly ran his hand over the wall. The sound was dull, rough, unnatural. We were really scared, but curiosity took over, and we decided to go check. Entering the kitchen, we froze. There were 3 deep scratches on the wall. They looked as if something strong and uncontrollable had left them. The lines were uneven, torn. The wallpaper around was torn and bent outwards. The scratches went from top to bottom at an angle, each of different depth and width, which made them look chaotic. We felt so creepy that we silently went back into the room. We decided not to play anymore and just go to bed, because it was already late. But it was almost impossible to fall asleep after what I saw. Dan said, "I can spend the night in the guest room, and he will go to his place." When I entered the room, I saw that the main source of light was a table lamp with a fabric lampshade. She radiated a warm yellowish light that illuminated only a small part of the room. The rest was drowning in the shadows, and blurred, elongated shadows of strange shape appeared on the walls. There was a bed on the left. The bed was crumpled. The blanket lay unevenly, as if someone had just got up or hadn't cleaned for a long time. Everything looked normal, but it was this simplicity that was scary. I put my things down and went to the bathroom to brush my teeth. And it was there that I heard a strange sound behind me. I turned around and my breath caught. Behind the door stood a tall black silhouette with red eyes. Behind him was only thick darkness. Behind the door stood a tall black silhouette with red eyes. Behind him was only thick darkness, and something happened that I still can't explain. When he looked at me, the bathroom mirror suddenly broke. I screamed and, without looking back, ran out of the house. I ran in the middle of the night without stopping until I got home. I hid under the blanket and fell asleep only a few hours later from complete exhaustion. I woke up at 10:49 a.m. The first thing I saw was a message from the same friend Dan. It has already been read. He wrote, "Will you come to my place for the night?